What's up guys, Jeff here. I want to chat about something that's actually frustrated me, annoyed me, and kind of bothered me for a long time. And it has to do with coffee shops, Christians, millennials, all the above. And here's what I want to chat about. Let's talk about coffee first, right? Now, I first started thinking about this when I went into a coffee shop, like a big chain coffee shop like Starbucks, or there's ones in Washington called Tully's. And when you go in there, I love it, you get to hang out, etc. But then there's kind of this new millennial opinion that those are just like terrible, and those are part of the institution and the man and down with that, and it's all about the hipster third wave coffee shops that do the awesome that you walk in and everyone's got a fresh beard, a bald head, a flannel, skinny jeans, and you get all this like microbrewery roasting, etc. And all the people in that crew, which I know a lot of people, and I actually love those coffee shops, I love that style of coffee, they just completely knock kind of the chains, like a Starbucks or a Tully's or a Caribou coffee or something like that. It's just trash, they say. And I started thinking about that, and I started getting really annoyed that that was just a common theme. And I realized that one of the things they didn't realize is that the actual reason that they get to drink that hipster coffee, that they get to be in those cool coffee shops, and that the reason that those are all the trendiness now is actually because people like Starbucks created that culture. Now, before Starbucks, if you wanted to go get a good cup of coffee, or not good, if you want to go get a cup of coffee, where did you go? You went to aisle 7, and it was called Folgers, right? There was no coffee shops. There was, which Starbucks actually calls it, a third place. Your home is your first place, your work is your second place, and a coffee shop, they invented the third place, the place where you kind of go mingle and hang out, and it's a place of gathering, of community and conversation. Starbucks invented that, right? Before that, it was aisle 7, Folgers, not good, coffee in a can. But Starbucks elevated that and then created this culture and this atmosphere that the new third wave coffees, the places of the more hipster places, are actually standing on the shoulders of. So basically the things they love and enjoy about their coffee and the things we love and enjoy about the hipster coffee places, Starbucks actually created that culture and laid all the groundwork. So there should actually be a thankfulness rather than a like, oh, that's just terrible and uncool and not awesome and I'm all about my awesome, cool hipsterness. And the reason I think that relates, or the reason the lesson I took from that is millennials, me and you, anyone under like 30-ish, we do that a lot with a lot of things. We even do that a lot with the Christian culture and Christian church, right? Like we say, oh, our parents didn't drink and our parents didn't, have tattoos and all these different things, and so they were just terrible and they were legalistic. It's like, no, that's not the case, right? Every generation has to deal with their own proclivities of temptations and certain things, and every generation is gonna get some things right, every generation is gonna get some things wrong. But rather than hating on the next generation and talking about, oh, our freedom in Christ, and we get to do this, and we do this, and we invented rock music and concert-like churches, and etc., and we're gonna do it this way because that was boring, and hymnals, etc. Rather than having that tone and that attitude, we should be thankful. Again, because they set a lot of the tones, they set a lot of the groundwork, and they created a lot of the culture that we get to have in regards to loving Jesus, and the culture we get to have in churches, and how worship has changed over the years, and worship styles, etc. And so that's my encouragement, but also my critique today for you is be thinking, do you have kind of this hipster cool bitterness about anything from the past, any tradition? And now, of course, some things have been wrong in the past, and we need to say, hey, that was not wrong, and we're going to change that. But do you have a humility with that? Do you look at those things and say, I'm going to be thankful for what they did get right. I'm going to be thankful for the things that they did that were awesome, and then I'm going to gently and humbly try to walk in the ways that I think is best. It's an enormous difference how you walk that out, either with pride and arrogance, or humility and steeping low and thankfulness and contentment. So that's my encouragement with you today. And I'd love to hear in the comments where in life and relationship you hear that playing out. Love you guys. Take care. What's up guys? Thanks for watching. I want to talk about this week's sponsor, and that is Unbound. You know I love Unbound. They're incredible, the Unbound program. If you want to take college classes, if you're in college right now and you want to get it cheaper, or if you want to go back to school, Unbound is the program for you. What they basically do is they show you how to earn a bunch of credits way less expensive than the way you were probably going to do it in the first place. And then they show you how to do that. And then they also make sure and guarantee that all those credits will transfer to another school if you want to go. So literally each course you take with them could save you thousands of dollars. I'm kind of jealous this wasn't around when I went to school, because I went into a bunch of debt and did a bunch of classes I didn't want to do because I didn't know what I was doing. But if I had this option, I know I'd been more focused. I would have saved a lot more money. And they even provide an awesome community too, where students can go on mission trips and they travel together, they're friends together. But all you also have to have is an internet connection, so you can work or you can study abroad or you can travel while still taking the courses you want for way cheaper than you thought you could have. So here's what I want you to do. Go to getunbound.org/Jeff. I'll put it right here, and get a free quote and see how much money you can save. All right, love you guys. Talk to you later.